Hi guys, Mark from Burton Bibles here, back with another Bible review, and we're working our way through these Church Bible Publishers Bibles that we've had brought over. This today is the Thompson Chain Reference Bible, so it is a Bible that I've been looking forward to considerably. I'm a big fan of the Thompson Chain Reference, and this is one that is produced by Church Bible Publishers. It is the identical Kirkbride TCR text block, but Church Bible publishers take it from them and put it into their own binding, and this indeed is their corporate series. So it has the ironed calfskin cover, and it has this very familiar now spine with these raised ribs, and it is a beautiful cover actually. It's got a very subtle pressed ironed grain, so it is very smooth, but it is a very supple calfskin. Really like it. I'm not sure whether this is leather lined or whether it's synthetically lined. I may have been wrong when I said it was calfskin lined before, but either way it's very nice. It is edge lined as well, so this liner does come in under and attached to the text block, and there is a vinyl paste down bit which just goes over the tab. Now, as we look at the dimensions, I think a lot of you will know the dimensions of this Bible. It is on the larger side, shall we say. It's 9 3/4 inches tall, and it is just about 7 inches wide, and it is 1.5 inches deep. So it is a well-known and well-loved Bible, the Thompson Chain Reference. Now, obviously, a lot of you will know that I was not impressed with the version that I had from Kirkbride, the genuine leather edition. It was just not pleasant. The cover was not pleasant at all. It felt cheap and nasty, and the text block wasn't nice either. My particular copy, I don't know whether it was a one-off or what, but it did seem to have major ghosting issues. The red letter was not pleasant at all, and the paper had a very shiny, waxy finish, which I was not a big fan of at all. Now, what I will say about this Bible is that this one seems to be a lot better, a lot better. So if we open this particular Bible, you can probably make out from the camera. I mean, I've chosen to do this review during the daytime, so I am getting a lot more natural light in, and hopefully you can see from the camera that there's a lot less ghosting here. We are in the Old Testament passages, so I can read this text no problem. The other version, I could barely read it, if I'm being honest. So the Old Testament section is really nice. The paper does feel a bit different again. It still has that kind of mottling effect on it, and it does have a slight waxiness to it. But hey, it's a lot better than what I had experienced before. Now, as we make our way into the New Testament, we do have similar issues with this red letter. It isn't, I don't think it's a nice red letter. Other people may disagree with me. Now, what I have noticed about these text blocks is that in parts the text will be line matched, and where it is line matched it is a lot better to read, as you could imagine. However, there are, for example, this page here, the text is largely line matched, particularly on this column here. So it's very good to read, but there are parts where it is not line matched at all, and that is where you begin to see some difficulties. This is an example of a page that isn't as well line matched, and you just get a bit more noise coming through from the other side. Here's an example, for example, of where black text and red text is been intermingled, and you can just about make out that there is still some ghosting. But on the whole, this is a lot better. And ghosting will always look a little bit worse under artificial light and with a camera like what I'm using. So it's just something to be aware of. It's still not perfect in my eyes, but this is a text block from Kirkbride, nothing to do with Church Bible Publishers. On the whole, this is a fantastic Bible, really well produced, great quality. The text block is a lot better than what I've seen on some Thompsons. So on the whole, I'm very happy with it. Now, just a few general remarks about this Bible. It is an 8-point font. The handy size is 6-point, and the large print, so-called large print, is only 9-point. I will be getting a handy size and a large print as well, I think, because I am happy with this edition to retail it on the Burton Bibles website. So it is an 8-point font, and I just love this layout. I do like the two columns of text in here. That's why I like the Westminster from TBS. I like the chain references being on the outside and the text in the middle. I really like that. When the Bible opens, as you can see, it opens flat beautifully and will stay flat wherever you go to in the scriptures. It just means that the text is always being offered in the center level point of the Bible. So it's not being offered in the gutter, and it's not being offered out to the edge. It's just beautifully situated in the middle of the page for you. And that's one thing that I do like. Thompson does start his books on a separate page. So where Matthew finishes, you'll get Mark there. Perhaps that's a bad example, because that was at the end of a page anyway. But for example, if we go through here, you'll notice that every book starts at the top of a new page, so you will get some empty space, and that's quite good actually, because you can put some notes in there if you're doing some notes on a particular book. So Zechariah finishes there and Malachi starts at the top of the next page. I'm not going to go too much into the study system, but I will say that I'm a big fan of it. So basically, in the back of the Bible, from this sort of point onwards, is all study helps. There's a lot of list of chain references, which will show you how to form links and chains throughout Scripture, common themes, common verses, common ideas. And there's a whole lot more in here as well, such as book breakdowns, there's characters, there's maps of their lives, the major events in their life. And it's just a fantastic bunch of aids. If you want me to go through it, I can go through it in a bit more detail, but I'll just bring out one example of some study that I was doing last night. I am preparing some teaching at the moment on King Hezekiah, the good king, a good king of Judah. And so I was in 2 Chronicles chapter 29. Excuse me, just take a drink there, I was getting a bit dry. And I was reading through these scriptures, and there was a lot of interesting things in there. And in particular, I was just struck by Sennacherib when he invades Israel and he invades Judah, and he stands at the spring, the Gihon spring. In fact, it may well be mentioned in the 2 Kings parallel passage. So here we have 2 Kings, and it says that he stood by the conduit of the upper pool, which is in the highway of the fuller's field. And if you look in the margin, there's a really handy note to a chain reference which takes you to the archaeological supplement in 4383. So we can go to the archaeological supplement in the back, and we can see an article on Gihon here. So we can read about Gihon. Really interesting, some of the archaeological elements. This basically goes back to the Jebusites when they had the city of Jerusalem, and Joab invaded in 2 Samuel 5, and there's some really interesting archaeological stuff about here. So I got into the Gihon spring, and I got into the pool of Siloam and things like that, which Hezekiah is famous, of course, for bringing the Gihon spring down and into Jerusalem to feed the pool of Siloam, to bring that water in. So I was really interested in that, and then I was also interested in this Gihon pool. So there is another chain reference there in the back to 1416. So you can go into the back of the Thompson here and look up number 1416, and you can read up a little bit about the Gihon pool. So 1416, Gihon, a river and a pool, and there's some really interesting references here, and it was really interesting because you can actually go to Isaiah chapter 7, and I was interested to read this, that Isaiah chapter 7 verse 3, this is where the prophet Isaiah, who's actually contemporary with Hezekiah and indeed his evil father Ahaz, where the prophet Isaiah meets King Ahaz, and he meets him at the end of the conduit of the upper pool in the highway of the fuller's field. So it's exactly the same location. So it's really interesting for me to, if you ask me, to link this place. This was the place where Isaiah appeared to Ahaz and met with him and gave him a message of encouragement in many ways, that he would be able to withstand the invasion from Syria and Israel. And it's in this exact same place where now Hezekiah is on the receiving end of opposition against him and people railing against him and seeking to shake his faith. So this is just some of the scriptures and some of the bits of really nice information and study helps that you can bring out using this Thompson Chain Reference Bible, because it does compare scripture with scripture, and it allows you to move throughout the scriptures and see how this all fits together. And that's a great thing that I have appreciated over the years. So I'm very happy with this Bible. There are all the Kirkbride maps in the back, and of course I was referring to this one as well, which shows the Gihon spring and the pool of Siloam and all Hezekiah's tunnel and things like that. So that's a really cool thing as well. So it is very much a good study Bible, and it's time honoured, and it's been around for a long time now, nearly over 100 years. I think it first came out in 1908, and this is the 36th printing, May 2018. Over 3.8 million copies of this Bible have been printed and published. So it's a fantastic Bible. I'm really happy to be able to offer it via Burton Bibles. Yes, the text block isn't perfect still, but I am going to try a large print and a handy size. I have been told, I have received information from various sources, and I do thank my sister Kat Woods, my brother Eric 1111, who have all sort of indicated that the handy size possibly uses different paper, and that the large print also possibly uses different paper. So I'm hopeful that that both of those editions will indeed improve on the already pretty good text block that we have here, certainly in this edition anyway. So I hope you found that interesting. I certainly will be using this Bible and looking to get it out there into the UK market and see how people like this Bible. So thanks for joining me. We'll catch up on another video soon, and God bless. Bye-bye. Hi guys, I'm just tabbing this update onto the end of my review of this Thompson Chain Reference Bible from Church Bible Publishers, because I have been using it quite a bit over the last few days. I've been preparing some teaching with this Bible, and I just wanted to point something out. I said that I was on the whole basically very impressed with this. This was the best Thompson that I had seen, but I have been using it a bit more, and I will show you guys what I have found, and you tell me in the comments down below whether this is normal or whether I'm being an old fuddy-duddy. Here is the page. You can see from this that I've just got a great big black smudge down there. Now, again, I want to be clear, this has got nothing to do with Church Bible Publishers whatsoever. I have actually emailed Church Bible Publishers just to ask them their opinion on this. I'm not going to send the Bible back because, quite frankly, it's going to cost me too much to do that. But this makes it completely unsellable, really, and it's not just here. There is another section in 1 Timothy 6. There's another big black band there going down the page, and there is another one on this page here, which is just how the text block has been printed from. In fact, there's a bit there. That's another one that I didn't notice before, and there is one here as well. You can see that there's smudging that starts at the top and basically goes all the way down the page. So, I don't know. I mean, I'd already said, that there were sections of the New Testament that still weren't quite as crisp and as opaque as I would like them anyway. But on the whole, I thought this was pretty decent. The paper in here is okay. It's as good as it's going to get. And the Old Testament in particular is very good. Where the Bible does actually line match, which is just by chance more rather than judgment, here you can see it's not line matched there, so you can tell what's going on behind it. But there are parts where it is well line matched. That's fine, but it's just disappointing again to see that again I've just had misfortune with this Bible, the Thompson Chain Reference Bible that I love so much, and this is now the third standard size Thompson Chain Reference Bible, KJV, that I've had. All three Kirkbride text blocks. The first two were really poor text blocks in terms of the ghosting and the paper, and the print was just poor. This is a lot better in terms of the ghosting and the paper shine, but there's those printing errors that have just ruined several pages in the Bible, if you ask me, and you can't, once you notice them, you can't unsee them. So please tell me in the comments what you think about these issues, if you've spotted anything like that. I've not even gone through the whole Bible yet. I dare say I'm going to find some more of them as well. So I'm just at a bit of a loss at the moment. I mean, every time I see a video on YouTube about reviewing this Thompson Chain Reference Bible, not just this one but other ones as well, everybody gives such a glowing recommendation and a glowing report, and I don't know what Bible they're getting that I'm not getting, because there's clearly issues with this Kirkbride text block. And no, all I will say, and this is where I pin my hope, and I'm going to give it one more go. I'm going to order a large print. People have told me that the paper and print in the large print is better. And I'm going to order a handy size as well, both from Church Bible, not from Kirkbride, because I'm not happy with their covers and their bindings. But I'm going to order a couple more, and I'm going to see what they're like. If they're not, and I give honest reviews. Nobody gives me these Bibles. Nobody, I don't owe anybody anything. I'm just looking for good, excellent Bibles to sell. And everything that I sell at the moment on burtonbibles.com has passed my scrutiny. Basically, it's a quality text block, it's a quality binding, and I'm happy to sell it. But things like this, I'm not happy. I'm not happy to retail that, because if I got that Bible, I'd be like, what's this? It's got to be pucker, and it's not pucker. So I'm going to give it one more go. Large print and handy size. Check them out. If they're not good enough, then I sadly won't be able to sell a Thompson Chain Reference Bible. Certainly not a KJV anyway. Again, from what I've seen, other translations do fare better. I don't know why, but nobody seems to be able to explain to me or unravel the mystery of the Kirkbride Thompson Chain Reference Bible. Which editions are the best? What paper? I've actually emailed Kirkbride today, and I have asked them, what is the specifications of the paper on all of their editions. So handy size, standard size, large print, what is the specifications of the paper? And I've asked them, what I've also asked Church Bible publishers to comment as well. What is the best edition in their opinion? Because these guys are printing these Bibles, they're selling these Bibles, they're publishing these Bibles, so everybody's doing well, off the 3.8 million or however many they've sold now, but nobody can seem to sort of point me in the right direction and give me some guidance on these editions. And every review I see of them seems to be so glowing, and also I will say that when I see the footage on their reviews, it does look better. It looks better than this. I mean, this isn't too bad, but like I say, nobody else seems to highlight the printing errors and the printing inconsistencies and the big smudges down the pages and stuff. So I'd be really interested to get some thoughts. And again, I just want to make it clear, I'm a big Thompson Chain Reference fan, but the reason I'm a big Thompson Chain Reference fan is because the one Thompson Chain Reference Bible that I owned and loved wasn't printed by Kirkbride. It was printed in Great Britain by Cambridge Press. So maybe that says something. I don't know. So please, guys, help me out. I want to love this Bible. I want to sell this Bible, but I just need some help and some guidance and some support, because I really do want to get this nailed. So I just thought I would add this addendum, because I discovered those printing smudges, and I just thought, you know what? It's happening again. Somebody help. So see if you can help me and stop me going crazy, and I'll catch up with you on another video soon. God bless. Bye-bye.